Yo, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing well. It's Oscar, and today we're doing a two and a half year chip update video as far as how my collection's grown. I think the last one I did was one and a half years, so it's probably been a year or so since I did the last one. Things have changed, lots of chips have come in, a few chips have left. So I'm gonna let some B-roll do the talking first, and then we'll kind of get into the specifics. Alrighty, hope you guys enjoyed that little B-roll at the beginning. I thought it was pretty cool. Gives you a little bit of a glimpse of kind of what's to come, and you guys can probably see behind me there's quite a few chip boxes, there's a few chip cases, few racks, few airtights and stuff like that. There's also some TRK boxes and tailor-made boxes on the desk, as well as the first set we're gonna go into. So I think I'll try to find it and figure out how I can put like a little bracket or kind of sections into the video. So if you guys want to skip a section or go to a certain set, you guys can just kind of use the video bar and kind of figure that out. So the first set, let's jump into it. So this Indiana Grand set is relatively new to me. I got it a couple months ago. They're really nice chips. They are from an actual casino that it closed, was it the beginning of the year or the end of last year? So they are relatively new Paulsons. I do have ones, 5s, 25s, 100s, and 500s. So I don't know, it's a cool set. Originally I had 1,000 chips, so I got rid of one rack of 100s and 2 barrels of the 500s. But as far as the chips go, I could probably post pictures of them on the screen as well. They're really nice chips as far as what they are. They're Paulson RHC chips, so they aren't, I guess we could say they are hat and cane chips, of course, but they are the RHC version. These are primary 1s, secondary 5s, primary 25s, primary 100s, and primary 500s. I originally wanted to try and get 1000s as well, but I think the 1000s sold out relatively quick. These chips right here, along with all the other Indiana Grand chips, were sold by the chip room on PCF. So there's a whole thread on there. Really good pricing as far as what they were, and all of the chips that were available sold out in I think 4 hours or something. So it was really kind of challenging. I wouldn't say challenging to get these because I had everything ready to go. I had originally only wanted to buy a 500 set, but I ended up getting a 1000 set. But yeah, like look at that. Colors are really nice. Obviously 1s, 5s, 25s, 100s, and 500s, and they're not too used at all. So a really cool kind of my first Paulson set, I guess we could say, and yeah, really nice one. So let's jump into the next one. Alrighty, this next one you guys probably remember from the last time or the last update, but this is the 4807/Collinsville Illinois Horseshoe illegal casino set. So why I say that it's kind of a mixed set, these yellows here, these ones, and these red ones here, those are all from 4807 Club. That was in Cicero, Illinois. Cicero kind of being the kind of the suburb next to Chicago. And then these $10 Horseshoe chips are from Collinsville, Illinois as well. So this was the kind of the first illegal set I put together. Originally I was able to find these 4 racks on eBay by themselves. There was a little bit more than 4 racks. Other than that, I've been able to find one more of these. I was able to find the one missing chip from here. I believe it was Ed Hurdle actually helped me find the one, because there was originally only 99 of the $1 chips. And these have no denomination, but I consider them 5s because they're red. And then these $10 chips I was originally able to find on eBay as well. Now there is a little add-on I've been able to find for these that are from the same casino, so I'll show you guys right that in just one second. But like I said, first illegal set that I've been able to build. These are really nice, really classy. They definitely show kind of how old they are. They're from the, I believe it was the late 50s, maybe early 60s area, and they're just really, really nice chips. They do kind of, the yellow ones for sure share or show that they're kind of used more. The ones and then these, they're all in great shape. So this is definitely one of my favorite sets. If you guys want to know a little bit more information about these, I'll leave a few links in the description for you guys to check it out. But let me pull the rest of these out and we'll talk about those real quick. Alrighty, so here is this rest of this set that I was talking about. These are obviously the Horseshoe Collinsville, but you have 1s, 10s, and then I do have some 25s. And from what I've been told by Riverboat Rick, that's a part of Chip Guide and all that, he's mainly an Illinois illegal chip collector. He said that these 25s are relatively hard to find, and no one really had one before. So I did a little trade with him. So he has one, and I do have these. Yeah, this is kind of a cool little heads-up set. There's, I think there's like 215 or so chips. 217 or so. So I do have like 70 or so of the 1s, 130 of the 10s, which the 10s to me are really awesome. I just love the colors on them. And then, as I said, there's probably, I think, 15 or so of the 25s, which these are all T-mold chips made by Taylor & Co. back in the day. All from the same place, somehow ended up in my collection, which I'm really happy they are. They're really cool, they're unique, they're different, they're illegal chips from the Illinois area, and just a piece of history overall. You don't really see many of these illegal sets, so it's kind of cool to have a piece of that unique history. So that's this little set. I think next we're going to move on to some TRKs. Alrighty, so we did enter the world of TRKs, and with that, we entered the world of the Johnny's slash, was it Timeout or Johnny's Card Room in California? Was it Ridgecrest, California? These chips were technically used at 2 different card rooms, and I have 1s, 5s. There were 25 centers as well, along with some pan chips, but I don't have either one of those. There was only 1 rack ever of the 25 centers made, which I'd like to have one day. It'd be cool to have kind of a full set like that, but currently have 299 of the 1s. I did let 1 go for 1 collector that wanted 1 that was missing 1, and I have 200 and maybe 270 of the 5s. These definitely need to be cleaned. I have no idea kind of what the storage situation was where they were stored, but you can mainly tell that by looking at this stack right here. The top ones I did clean, the bottom ones I haven't touched, but they definitely need some cleaning. Compare these stacks here compared to the stack next to it, and you can really tell that they need a cleaning. But these are really nice chips. I really like them. This is not my first TRK set. This is one of many, but this has the beloved $5 yellow chips that I know quite a few people are looking for, and they'd always want. Unfortunately, these aren't leaded as many people do like. These are kind of normal weight TRKs, but nonetheless, they're really, really nice, and I really like them. So that's the Johnny's Card Room set from California. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this set. I think the next set we'll go ahead and jump into another TRK set. I believe this one is going to be a personal set that was ordered for someone in San Diego, California. So let's get into that one. Back to some TRKs, like I said. These were ordered for, I believe, a gentleman called Robert E. Rivers, or Robert Rivers, I think it was, in the early 90s, and I think he lived in San Diego, California. or that's what the TRK order card says. You have in this one 50 centers, 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s, some 50s, and 100s. Now, if I remember correctly, when I kind of found these chips, I got the information / order card information from Luke Rapley, who's been really helpful to me as far as finding out like the monograms on chips, kind of where chips are from. I don't remember. There was definitely a rack of these 50 centers, the 50s and 100s, or a larger quantity, maybe 75 the 50s and 100s or something like that. But I remember there was some chips in this set that I was definitely missing some from. But really cool, kind of neat set. It was probably never used. I'm not sure if you can see it on the chips, but they're still chalky. I got them into play once so far, but there's still plenty of chalk, and kind of the chips could definitely absorb some oil if they wanted to. So RER Monogram chips, these are really cool, really unique, pretty simple, fun little TRK set that I was able to find online. And yeah, that's kind of this one. I think let's hop on into another TRK set, one that you guys have probably seen before. Alright, I'm not going to go into too much detail about these chips. These are the HLA chips that I recently made a video about. Totally one little video talking about them, going into details about them, who Mrs. H.L. Andrews was. She lived in Phoenix, Arizona. These chips were ordered at the end of the 50s. And yeah, one rack of yellows. I have a 50-50 split of blue and green. This is the only yellow rack that was ordered for that set. And if I remember correctly, there was a rack of greens and a rack of blues. So I have a small little 200 set of those. Really cool, unique old set. Little piece of history, Arizona history, whatever it may be. But yeah, that's a fun little set there. Next set, I think we're going to jump into the Desert Sand set next. So let's get into that. And here is the Desert Sand set. This is a relatively small set too. This is still a set that I have very much still working on. I'd love to have one more or more 1s and more 5s. And even if it's possible, even more of these 20s. But I haven't seen too many of those pop up at all. Same thing goes with the 1s and the 5s. I know somebody that has about 3 of these that I'm trying to get. And each one of these ones that I've seen, I've been trying to grab them. So I do have both versions of the ones, the Paulson ones as well as the TRK ones. The TRK ones are leaded TRKs, relatively heavy too. Then I do have, I think there's about 80 of these 3s here. There's 4, I think there's maybe 79 of them. Let's see, 80 of the nice 5s. Then I have these canceled and used 5s that were so generously donated to me by Joey Shin on PCF. And then an individual 20. But yeah, this was a smaller place in California as well, in Cabazon, California, the Desert Sands Club. It's a cool set. It's different. This one, like I said, I wouldn't say this is a set as it is. Obviously, I'd like to, like I said, add more 1s and the more 5s. Obviously, the TRKs is what I'm after. But if the Paulsons did end up kind of jumping up out of nowhere, I wouldn't mind grabbing them. That would be a kind of a cool set to have, even a Paulson Desert Sand set along with the TRKs. So that's the story about this one. I found a majority of these on eBay from a couple actually that lived in Laughlin, if I remember correctly. So I hope they're doing well. I can't thank them enough. So that is this set. Time to jump into the next one. Then we're on to the next set. This is going to be this HSR monogrammed 300 set that I have here. Same thing, this is another 300 set that was probably a custom set. It's on Chip Guide. Off the top of my head, I can't remember exactly who it was ordered for, but you have 100 orange, 100 brown, 100 green, and it's just a really simple, really classy looking hot stamp here with the monogram. And just like I said, it's just a 300 set, 100, 100, 100. That's all the chips that were ever made. And yeah, it's just a simple set, cool little fun vintage set. Like I said, the more information's on Chip Guide, so I'll probably have that linked below, along with all the other sets if you guys wanted to learn a little bit more about them. So that's that one real quick, and on to the next one. Okay, going on forward, I think we're actually done with the sets after this one. So the racks that I'm going to show after this set, they're going to be more so single racks that I have of chips. So that could be TRKs, Paulsons, something else or something different. But this is going to be the last set. Like I said, it's a TRK set. I do have two other racks of like light blue chips that could be used along with this. These are a little bit of a darker blue than what's on screen, but two racks of black, greens. We'll actually start over here. So these are greens. These were made for Cy Goldstein in LA, I believe. $25 chips. These are really cool. Obviously probably never used. They're in great shape. Then we have some blacks. I have some of these S&S chips. I believe those were out of California as well. And then there's S&S there, S&S. And then there's some of these PWG $10 chips in the mix. So there's those. A majority of these are the S&S. I believe these two barrels and maybe these two right here were the $10 PWGs. And then these over here are JW3. JW3 on both sides, just monogram like that. So that's this set. I guess I could actually push these aside and we could look at this. The front of this box says Scarlet on them. And if we open it up, these are TRKs, $5 TRKs from the Lion Hotel in Yerington. Now, interestingly enough, these chips were ordered to someone in Las Vegas for, I think it was WD Shoulders in Las Vegas. I think I made a video talking about these a while back. These are cool. They're really, really heavy. They're the heaviest TRKs I've ever felt, and they sparkle in the sunlight, which is something I've never seen before as far as TRKs go. So, like I said, that's probably the last TRK set there. Here's one rack, and let me get some more on the table and then we'll talk about those. All right, so here we go. We got some racks here, and then we have some barrel stuff, and then singles chips, and then a barrel and more singles chips. So let's start off here on the right side. We got two racks of Horseshoe Casino Gardnerville ones. I was able to get these for a relatively good price. If I remember correctly, the table game's closed from this casino, so that's basically slots only now. Up in Gardnerville, like I said. I don't know, they're interesting with these cool edge spots, and I think these are my first Nevada $1 racks, so kind of cool. I like them. Be kind of cool to have a TRK or a Paulson set built around them. These fives even, or I don't know, something RHC would match those pretty well. Even a relabel or overlabel would work on these to make them a little bit more attractive, I guess. Then these are kind of cool. Michael Ginsberg Microsoft $5 chips. So I think I made a video about the sample set I got of these, but there are actually sets out there. There was two sets sold on eBay. So the racks are out there. I know quite a few people, or I know one person who has a set of them, and I know that some of the racks and stuff have been broken apart kind of left and right, maybe used for other purposes. These ones I'm keeping totally original. I don't know, how can you do anything to a label that has the old Windows logo on it? Like, that's just a piece of history right there. I know the Michael Ginsberg part of it doesn't really make sense to a lot of people, but this part right here, being somebody who likes computers and grew up kind of messing around with computers at a young age, those are pretty cool. So then we move on over here. I have some singles here, and then these two barrels are these Rivers 25 centers from Illinois. They got these cool house mold chips, and they're kind of unique. I was trying to get more of them, but I don't know, there's some on PCF, and they've been going for kind of a interesting price. In here, there's the rest of the Ginsberg Microsoft sample set, and then a few Washington singles. Then we have Riverside 100 Large Crown TRK. Really like that one. It's kind of cool. Then these Hard Rock. I remember I made a video about these, saying that these were the hottest Nevada chip right now, and still pretty much are. I don't think anything's come out that's beating these. Originally, I wanted to try and build maybe a set or try to get those in quantity, but I haven't seen anything, and they sell on eBay for like sets of 2 and 1 and 3, which isn't really worth it. Then I have a random Steve Poslako Ace Pledge chip in here. That's kind of funny. Then I have some Money Tree Reno 5 brown TRKs. Have about a barrel and maybe a barrel and a half of those. Be kind of cool to build or get more of them and build a set. I know everybody likes the orange or the red Money Tree 5s more than these. These are a little bland, but they're still Nevada TRKs, so you can't go wrong with those. Then this is my TRK box of goodies that I keep adding to. I'm sure those that know Nevada TRKs probably can name all the chips in here just off the edge spots and the colors and such. Up here you have King's Crown to the right, King's Castle to the left. This barrel here in the middle is going to be all new Chinas. This one is a mix of Mapes, Nevada Club, Money Tree stuff. Then we have some Sharkies to the left, Palace Club, Nevada Lodge, South Tahoe, Town Tavern, a few more King's Crowns and Reno Card Room, and then Riverside, Overland, Jesse Beck, Nevada Club, Nevada Club, Nevada Club, Nevada Club, Palace Club, and maybe 1 or 2 Riverside chips there at the end. So these are all really nice. I keep adding to this box every now and then when I get new chips. It's really cool. So that's a fun little rack. And then I have this one here. There's some Atlantic City chips actually over here. If we grab these two, got a Atlantic City Hard Rock 1 and an Atlantic City Hard Rock 250. I got these from my good friend Matt, from his original trip to Atlantic City. When the Hard Rock Casino opened, he was able to get those a while back. Then there's a barrel of Resorts World 1s. Those are the first barrel of live, brand new uncirculated chips that I was able to get myself. And then we have some cool goodies I guess we could talk about. So Grand Casino 1, Isle of Capri 1, Last Frontier 25, Little Caesars 100. Those 2 chips are actually gifted to me by someone, so I was really thankful about those. These 2 I was able to find at the Charleston Antique Mall actually for a really good price. I think I even got both of them, or at least the Grand Casino, for like $5, and then I think I got the Isle of Capri chip for $5 too. So those were absolutely really good deals on those. I got a King 8 chip here, which is really cool. I had 2 more of these, but I got rid of them, gave them to someone who's searching for them in quantity. Dunes 1, I'm trying to build a barrel of those in sharp mint condition. Then I have some of these Balinese Room chips, and a chip from the 150 North Main Street. If I remember, this chip was actually from the 30s or something like that. I found that on Facebook Marketplace, along with all these Balinese Room and some of those Horseshoe, Illinois chips, which was really a good find. So all that stuff there. And then, as I said, there's more singles there. Some sample chips that I got from Mikko in Finland, and some other goodies, some really good goodies. So those are kind of the randomness here. I think there's still a little bit more to go, but let me see what I can find, and we'll talk about those. Okay, so I guess these will probably be the last thing that we talk about. These are some cool, some of my favorite chips that I've gotten recently. Some more TRK acquisitions, as you saw, and then the Sneak Joint and a Dunes 1K Baccarat. But these are cool chips that I've been using as like card guards or card cappers in poker recently. The Mapes chip I got from a good friend. I wish I would have gotten one of these, or maybe a few of these back when I kind of got into chips. They were like 30 or 40 bucks a piece, but now these are like upwards to like 150, 200 a piece. Still a really beautiful chip. Rare as in the fact that there aren't racks and racks and racks of them out there, but they are really cool nonetheless. Money Tree 100, same thing. I have never seen racks and racks and racks of these, but this chip, relatively cheap. I think I was able to get this one for 30 bucks at the South Point, the CCA show that was in June. Got that one. And then of course if you guys know my PCF picture is this Nevada Club 20. Probably undisputedly my favorite chip ever in existence, along with the Moulin Rouge. The Moulin Rouge because of the story, but this chip because of the colors and the rarity of it. Don't see these in quantity like racks and racks and racks of them either. Just a really, really weird chip with obviously 8 different colors going around. $20, which is an odd denomination chip, and it's from the Nevada Club, and it's a TRK. So cool thing on there. Nevada Lodge 1K. I was able to get this chip at the Casino Rama show back in February. I got this for a relatively good price too. I was really surprised. But this is one of my favorites as well. Sawtooth inlay, quarter pie chip, and a high denomination Nevada Lodge chip. So really cool. I really like this one as well. Then we have the Sneak Joint 1. As you guys know, you guys probably watched my video about me finding it at an antique store here in Las Vegas, and I got it for a relatively good price. Like I said, this is one chip that I've been after for quite some time. It's been on my want list on Chip Guide for probably a year or two now, and I finally was able to get this one. Now the ultimate search is trying to find the other denominations, which I'm not even sure if that's going to be an easy thing or a hard thing, but that's a beautiful, beautiful chip. I cleaned it up and it looks so good. And then this Dunes 1K, I wish I would have known about these at the beginning when I got into chips too, because these used to be like $20 or $30 chip, and now they're selling for like 60 or 65. This is the standard version, not the Baccarat one. The standard ones are getting a little bit more harder to find, so those are like my favorite card cappers now. So that was my chip collection, or the kind of the two and a half year update of my chip collection. It's grown quite drastically. Obviously there's some stuff back here that I didn't go over. I don't want to make this video too long, but the stuff that I did go over, mainly the sets and some of the quantity stuff that I do have, is I'd say like the pinnacle of the set, or the pinnacle of the collection, the stuff that makes my collection my collection. Obviously you guys know I really like TRKs. It's probably primarily why I have a majority of the quantity stuff I have is TRKs. The majority of the sets that I have are TRKs. The TRKs, like I said, anything with large crown or small crown stuff, I really enjoy. I just think they're probably the best chips that were made from the 50s and the 40s all the way up until TRK closed. Even the stuff that TRK made before they closed for the home market for custom chips, that stuff is still really amazing. And I know there's sets of those out there that are, I'd say they're in the forever homes. But still, the stuff that I have I really, really enjoy. I hope I can share. Obviously I've been sharing you guys my collection for the last year, 2 years, and you guys have really enjoyed it, which I really appreciate. Some people have really helped out tremendously. All the views, all the likes, all the comments, it keeps me pushing forward on the history videos along with the collection videos. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, please drop a big thumbs up down in the comments, or a big thumbs up. Put your comments down below, kind of what you guys think of my collection. If you guys have any comments, put those down there. If you're new here, please consider subscribing, share the video with your friends and families. Maybe this video could get somebody else into chip collecting as well, which would be awesome. And yeah, hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed the video. I really enjoyed making it and sharing my collection update with you guys. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.